All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of POV. I give up. I already messed up. Sorry, this is stressful. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of POV. You are the listener. I'm Pyro, your host for today's episode, and I am joined by a friendly face that we all know and hate.
Okay. Uh, for sure. They hate me. How long have you been here?
3 episodes.
3 episodes?
Yep.
Buddy, this is your third episode. You haven't been here for three.
Yeah. So this is like my third.
We're in the process of recording the third one. Shut the frick up.
Can you introduce yourself, unknown person?
For sure. Definitely nobody knows me at all. It's definitely not like I'm like the main host or whatever. I definitely I definitely did not bring this back or whatever. No, nothing too crazy, but
Who are
I'm
you?
I'm I'm Detective for real. I'm Nick. I'm the coolest guy on the podcast. That's a lie.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever. So,
All right.
I assume you've got uh things to talk about or something. It's all
Yes.
you.
Okay. So the first topic actually that we are going to talk about, it's it's kind of an unknown thing. Not many people know about it, but it's been probably one of the biggest things, that's ever happened to me, and I wanted to, share it out with the rest of the world, hopefully. Um it's the game, the franchise Monster Hunter actually.
Yeah.
And the game's, the franchise is really good. I wouldn't say the same about the community somewhat because it can kind of get toxic, especially with the upcoming of the new game. But yeah, recently there's been news about Monster Hunter there's a new mobile game apparently.
Really? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that happening?
Well, no one knows yet. It's just like it was
So
like,
what, it was like announced or
yeah, it was announced.
I was waiting for you to say leaked. I was like, that's crazy.
No, it's not. No, I would. I probably wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't go into Monster Hunter leaks
I was gonna say
because
you would
like,
crap your pants if those leaks were real.
yeah, I probably would. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say about it. It's just the game is like, it's just very. It's a nice thing to go to. Like whenever you're having like a bad day or something, you just want to hurt something. Yeah, you
What?
just hop on, go kill a few things, and you'll do better.
Uh-huh. For sure. For sure. That's me. No, it's not. Yeah, whenever you want to hurt something, what? Whenever you feel like killing
Whenever you
something,
want to kill
what?
an animal, what?
What? What? Whenever you feel
Well, yeah,
like just
because
beating the
it's basically just giant animals that are, um, in their natural habitat that you go and just kill for your own personal gain.
because I
Just like
definitely want to
Maniac.
be doing that. I'm about to kill some monkeys for real.
Well, there are
See?
monkeys in the game.
Oh yeah, I've seen a couple. You showed me a couple. Showed me one, I think.
Yeah. No, I showed you too.
But what would you say like how like I don't know like I guarantee for sure recommend Monster Hunter to anyone that is like, yo, I like games where I kill things in the wild for real. But what would you say is something that you could use as like a way to rope someone into getting into Monster Hunter? Like,
Um, well, usually the way that I have like brought my friends into it was with showing them
crack?
the monster designs. What'd you say?
I say crack.
I mean,
Don't say I mean, idiot.
yeah. So usually it's just like what I think they would like with monster designs,
Yeah.
like evaluating like the things I associate with them, and then like narrowing down on what I think they would like. Because some of the monster designs are pretty good. Like there's very few. I would say there's very few standard just run of the mill dragons, and it's more of like actual believable animals. Because like
Interesting.
they keep the concept of fantasy, but then all the tie-ins make it seem like all the tie-ins with like their behavior and like their attacking patterns. It makes them seem like they're believable animals trying to fight for their life. Well, for
Legitimately out
some of
here
them.
killing each other because they can.
Well, yeah, no, I would say that for some of them, because there is a few monsters that I wouldn't say that because one of them literally farts on you, and
What?
it's it is very annoying though. Like the some of them fart on you, and then you can't heal. It's very annoying,
No.
and yeah, so you don't want to get farted on. That's a big no no.
Yeah, word of advice for all of the viewers out there, you don't wanna get farted on. Unless you're into that, I don't know. Anyways,
You won't
moving on.
be when you. Yeah, all right. Moving on
Alright, okay.
from the poopy bite that it's probably called. Um,
Imma
yeah,
just Imma just pretend in my head that you didn't say that. But yeah.
yeah. In the latest game, actually, it has a lot of tie-ins of Japanese like folklore and stuff, and like the first monster that you genuinely fight is based off of something called the Kamaitachi, which is like a weasel with knives or something like that. And it's just like it's just really like it really amazes me how this game developer Capcom just like tied in all of these yokai into monsters, but then added a twist on them. Like
Yeah,
there's this one yokai. It's like an umbrella with like an eyeball,
can't remember
and
the name, but I know what you're talking about.
yeah, and how they made it into Monster Hunter was that it's a bird that covers its head with its wings to make it look like it's an umbrella with an eyeball.
That's also pretty smart.
Yeah, and
Thank you,
what it
Senator.
also does is it because the yokai has like one leg, so it stands up on one leg, and it's just it's like it's just so cool to see how people can turn anything into an animal.
I actually need you to send me a picture of that. I wanna see that.
I will. Do you want me to do it right now or later?
Yeah, you
I
can do
could
it
do it.
later.
All
It's
right.
about to be the most horrifying thing I ever see. Yo, the
No,
leak
it's a
is
bird. It's literally a bird.
yeah, but that sounds cool. But then
Yeah,
again,
it is.
like, Capcom, they're really good at doing things, so I guess I can't be that surprised. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
played Marvel versus Capcom?
Didn't they have a Monster Hunter character in that?
I think so.
I'm pretty like
Maybe in, MVC Ultimates, I think, because
I think
that's
Marvel vs. Capcom. It's one of those fighting games that has like crossovers.
it might just yeah, might be
'Cause
MVC
I
Ultimates, because
I
that's the
vaguely
most
remember one of the characters that like that green dude. I forgot what his name was.
the green dude. Thank you.
Yes. The green dude with like the long hair, the long ginger hair.
Blanca?
I think so. I remember he had a Monster Hunter like skin. It looked horrible, because it was like a black dragon with spikes and everything.
I was about to say, where are you going with never mind, continue.
Yeah, it just didn't look good because like there's so much clipping and everything. It's like
Yeah.
how did they manage to do that?
Well, we also have little funny Ryu and Akuma in the game, right?
Oh yeah,
But yeah, those are their own franchises, so I guess I can't be like, "Wow, that's crazy." They're doing a collab with their own franchises, let's go.
yeah. There's also the Final Fantasy collab in Monster Hunter World.
Now that one is genuinely cool, but I haven't seen anything about that, so I'm kinda in the dark about that.
Yeah. Basically, it's like what happens is that Moogle somehow makes it to the world of Monster Hunter,
Lamau?
and and what happens is that a bird monster called Kuluyaku somehow manages to get some crystal. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I know a few things, but basically it's like a play on like the chocobo,
Yeah.
and because like they're both birds. They're both birds that stand on two legs, and I don't think they both fly. I don't know if chocobos fly or not. But
Yes.
what's really cool is that like it plays like some chocobo song when you're fighting it, and after that you actually fight like a behemoth or whatever the purple thing is, like the giant purple beast.
Yeah.
And I actually remember when I was a lot young when I was younger, and you know, after a long day of school, I came home and I was excited to go on. And I remember I had spent probably 50 hours trying to kill that thing because it was genuinely very difficult.
50 hours, bro, what?
Well, 50 hours mostly like making things and like planning how to how to go about this with my friends. And we did manage to beat it. And we were screaming.
Yeah, you managed to beat it after wasting 50 hours of your life on the game.
Yeah.
But it was all worth it, right? You're like, "Yo, let's go, delete
Yeah, it was
this."
it was all worth it. But then like it didn't matter later on
Yeah.
because even as like the DLC came out, like the full on story DLC came out, it just was horrible, like compared to everything else.
You were, like,
Like
crapping your
was it
pants, you were crying, you were like, "Why would they
no
ever do this?"
no because at the time it wasn't announced. Like there was nothing hinted towards it at all. It's like I thought it was
So
like
you're just,
okay.
like, in the dark.
Yeah, they're like completely in the dark. There's nothing we knew. And then the DLC came out, and then those items fell off heavily, and they
Dang, dude.
never rose up again. But at least I can look like I'm wearing the armor, which looks very nice.
But then you're like, "These items are all garbage." So,
Yep.
see, games like that, like, I don't know, like, we both play Trove, and
Yeah.
the game has been implementing a lot of stuff since the Geode update that has been retroactively making everything weaker in the game because it's like, well, come on. Like, we've got all these items that have remained a staple for a long time, and now you're just going to introduce a whole new system and then break everything else. Like, why? Why?
hmm And
Like,
like
yes, these weapons are still powerful, but they almost are like getting crapped on in comparison to the new stuff.
yeah, whenever like there's an update to like a system, I feel like games should embrace the idea more of that you can upgrade your previous items like further to be equal to that system
Yes.
instead of having you basically go ahead and go through that all of that process of grinding and whatnot just to get gear again.
Yeah,
That
because it's
makes
like I've already spent 50 hours trying to get this stuff. I'm not trying to spend 100 hours just to get even a part of the new stuff. Like, come on, man.
yeah.
I don't know. That's just weird. Sus. Sus.
Okay. Well, moving on. Um, 'cause I kind of gotta stop this Monster Hunter speech. Um,
Kinda gotta stop groveling about Monster Hunter for about 30 hours.
yeah. Moving on though. About news about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's
Let's go!
as of recording is releasing next week.
Let's go! I just pooped my pants, sorry.
Like apparent. Ew.
Uh,
Apparently, though, this game's been in the works for like a long, long time. I think
yeah,
it was
like,
like
almost since, like, you were born, basically, like,
no, apparently it was like 5 or so years that they've
buddy,
been
what?
working on this game.
5 years?
Apparently, that's what people are saying. That they work on it for a while.
If it was 5 years, they should've never released Sword and Shield.
Well, no, because you gotta you Sword and Shield walked, so Scarlet and Violet can
So
run.
the Scarlet and Violet can run.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
from what I've been seeing with like the leaks and everything,
yeah,
it looks very very promising to be a good game. Like obviously there's gonna be like a few issues. Like no game is gonna be completely perfect. That's like not possible. There's gonna be some flaws in everything.
especially if it's modern day Pokemon, like
Yeah, where everyone has an issue with something.
I know, it's kinda crazy, like, Sword and Shield, I was looking at like, whenever I look at the game, I'm like, "This is sick," and then I remember all of the issues that people had, and I'm like, "I'm sure some of this stuff was valid, but I have a feeling that most of you were just complaining just to complain."
Yeah, like with the trees and Scarlet and Violet, you will barely see those things, and people are going so
They barely
crazy.
see trees in real life, why would they be complaining about that?
It, it's it honestly does get annoying though when people just constantly complain about like anything that's new.
Yeah, as if it's going to change their gameplay experience. Okay, buddy.
It won't matter. You're still gonna buy the game anyways.
You're still gonna buy both copies of each game.
Yeah, you'll buy both copies of each game and spend $300 on plushes. It's fine.
It's whatever. You'll spend 3 billion hours on each and you'll complain about every feature, but you've done everything like 3 times over. Like
Yep.
of course, I can't say much since since most of my recent Pokemon activity has been on mobile games. So
Well, I mean, at least it's still something.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you could call Pokemon Masters something.
Um, uh, that's something, all right.
It is definitely it is definitely something, alright.
It's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. I remember playing it. It wasn't that bad of an experience. It just
I don't know though, like, grinding just for the currency, just to go in and do, like, a scout, and then get absolute garbage for, like, the next, I don't know, 10 scouts that you do, just to, like, grind again and figure out that the banner, like, rotated out while you were grinding, so it doesn't even freaking matter all that you did? I don't know. I don't know if you can call that good.
well, Nick, you're kind of forgetting the fact that you literally play Genshin,
Okay.
so you have to deal with that.
But, like,
All right.
Genshin Pity is at least calculatable. You can't calculate freaking Masters Masters Gotcha. You just had that bullcrap thrown in your face, and you just had to deal with it.
That is true. Yeah, that is.
Like,
I feel like
I know
the
that
only thing the Masters like that sucks about it is that it just gets stale very fast.
like, it does have a really nice concept, but that it can only last so long.
Yeah.
Like, even I, while grinding that game like, I'm able to grind Gotcha games at a weird rate because I can play them for as long as freaking possible and not care. With that game, I can't play it for very long, like, I just don't know why. And
Oh yeah, I
it
remember.
sucks because it's something that I genuinely do enjoy. Like, as much as I haven't been playing, like, many mainline Pokemon games, I do love the series and the franchise as a whole, and it just kinda sucks that I just can't enjoy that game. Like
Yeah, I remember another issue that I had of the game as well was that if you started the game off like, and then you immediately got one of the banner characters, and then you just max it out, you would breeze through literally everything, because that's what happened to me. I remember I got Signa Suit Red. I maxed him out because I was like, oh my god, he's so strong, and I went through like 4 chapters of the story, and nothing was
What?
challenging at all.
And you went through the hard modes too, or like,
Yeah, when he got hard modes as well, it was just very easy.
and you were like, what the frick?
It
But
just yeah, it's
then
just
again,
like
I noticed that, well, you don't even really need to notice this, but like a lot of gotcha games will prioritize like making banner characters meta for quite a long time. Like, or at least like, newer banner
which
characters,
from
at
like
least for like a month after their release, they will be meta. And not
the
every gotcha
only
game works like that, but a lot of them do.
yeah, like the only like main issue about doing that is that you have the power creep,
Yes.
because you would have the character that's already meta, and then the next character comes out, and that one would be stronger than the previous one. And so it just gives the mindset of every character has to be stronger. And
Yeah.
then when you do that, the first character is just left in the dust. No one even bothers them because they just are not as good as what you could like already have.
Like, oh my gosh. One really good example of this is freaking Dragon Ball Legends. Because the power creep in that game is actually stupid. Like, I remember, like, I don't know. Let me just say, like, I don't Majin Vegeta. When his legendary finish unit had released for the first time, he was genuinely a meta character for so long. Then all of a sudden, another banner character gets released, and he just gets pushed to the dust. Like he doesn't even matter anymore. In fact, they've had to buff him again recently because like he just apparently just can't stand up to what newer characters are doing, and that should not make any sense because it's like he's a character that's worth a lot. Like,
Hmm.
and it's just like power creeping games like that are just incredibly crazy. Like you can't like the PvP modes are unbearable because you're entering it. Everybody's running the new units because they're like, if you don't run the new units, you can't play the freaking game. So it's like, you know, like people are spending money. They're like, yo, I've got to get this new banner character so that I can play PvP for one whole month before the meta changes again. Let's go.
Hmm.
And that's just not the way to enjoy gotcha games. Like I just don't, you
I feel
know.
like that's like probably what's like I feel like that's probably what's at least a little bit better towards the game Genshin,
Yeah.
because there's not a heavy power creep. Most characters are like I would say balanced. I would say most characters are balanced, but like the teams are what's unbalanced because the teams can
Yeah.
like. But the thing is, to get those teams, you have to go through heavy hours of grinding. So it's not like you get it off the bat.
And then, like, the characters that you need for those teams aren't even guaranteed, so it's
Yeah,
like Jing Chou, one of the most universal characters, freaking, like,
he's a 4 star, so you have a
you have a lot of a better chance, but that still doesn't mean, like, you're guaranteed to just get them, like, just instantly.
like yeah, like off the bat.
Like, off rip, you just log in, you're like, "Yo, I'm about to summon for Jing Chou, let's get." Actually, that'd be
Yeah, I
weird
can't
if
really say that because that happened to me. Like,
you
but like I got like all of like I got most of the good like the universal good characters.
Yeah. So you have
I
Bennett,
remember
right?
like, huh?
So you have Bennett, right?
I said most for a reason.
Yeah, I can do.
But yeah, some characters like Xing Cho and Zhang Ling, you know, and Bennett, they're all like basically universal characters. Like most meta teams have those one of those 3 characters on it because they're just so just good as a support. Because Xing Cho, his burst always like his burst always gives characters that like attack like a lot of coverage, like with Hu Tao, and you can get constant vaporizing, and then you have characters like Bennett, which just buff your attack heavily, and then Zhang Ling also buffs your attack, but she's good with like I'm pretty sure she's good with Child because his whole thing is water.
And she's fire, so it's like easy vaporize.
Yep, and because vaporize is just so like just good.
The vaporize is really versatile. Like I'm honestly shocked by how easy it is to make use of vaporize.
Yeah, because like it's just so simple. Like water, fire, boom, vaporize. And you do 4.5 bajillion damage.
And you're sitting there like, yo, I'm balling. And then the enemy is sitting there like, shut the frick off.
Shut the frick up.
But
And
yeah,
then
honestly, Genshin is one of those. It's just one of those gacha games where it's all based on how you build your characters and how you build your teams. Kind of like another gacha game that I play called Epic 7. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of it before, but it's just like, yo, if you don't build your character a certain way, your team is probably gonna end up failing. And it's like, I'm glad that it's like not a there's like yeah, there are characters that will be meta, like, like Hu Tao is just genuinely a very strong character. But like
hmm
even if Hu Tao is strong, it doesn't mean that the entire team's gonna be good.
yeah,
Because if the rest of the members aren't built right, like you can't really do anything much with them but throw out their ability and then just switch back. And then once Hu Tao dies, you're like, okay, well what do I do? I guess I go frick myself because it's like what else are
yeah.
you.
I don't actually know if you know this, but fun fact about Hotel, her burst actually heals when you
Yeah, her burst
hit
does
them.
heal. I played her in the story quest.
Oh, I forgot about that. But also, Xing Cho heals as well
Yeah,
with his skill.
uh, is it when it, like does it just, like, instant heal? Like
Yeah, it heals like when it ends or if you take damage. Then
yeah,
like
okay.
you heal.
Alright.
Some people also run like shields on Hotel because like you're gonna be weak. You're gonna take a
Hu
lot of
Tao
damage.
Hu Tao is gonna be at, like, 1 HP by the time you're done.
Yeah. So I know what people do, and what I'm planning to do is use Xingqiu and a shield because that's probably the most versatile thing you
Oh,
could literally
true.
do with her.
Hopefully, I get Hu Tao and Xingqiu so that I can make use of the Albedo, Zhongli, Hu Tao, Xingqiu team.
hmm I don't
'Cause
even know how.
honestly,
I really don't know how Albedo would fit into that team because you
do you
already
know how
have
it
like
works?
not really no.
Alright, so first of all, the reason you would probably be running Albedo is because, when you use 2 Geo characters, shield strength gets buffed by, I think 25%,
hmm
and so it's like, Zhongli's shield would not only be ultra powerful, you'd probably have a really nicely built Zhongli, but Albedo is crazy in the sense that, um his freaking ability does like AoE geo damage based on his defense, and his attacks recharge really fast, and you can get his burst almost immediately after you've already used it. So it's like you wouldn't even need sacrificial sword on Albedo. You can have his ability back instantaneously. And so it's like it's very good in that sense. But also he's just genuinely a strong character. And when he has a shield, you can just make use of, like all the bullcrap that you can do with the Geo character like him. And I just think like in general he is pretty nice. That flower that he places down is always doing damage, and it stays on the field for a while, so you don't need to worry too much. So as it's doing like crystallized damage, you could probably throw out like I forget what reactions you get when you mix Geo with other stuff, but
I
um
know Geo and uh what was it? Geo and Electro is crystallized or something.
Well, you get crystallized on basically everything, so
Yeah.
and crystallize is a pretty good reaction, I would say. At least, like I would say. I don't know about anybody else, but I would say that is pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah, that's kind of why with my Huta, oh my God, with my Hutao
Pretty
build,
good though.
I'm trying to run Hutao, Toma, Xingqiu, and Kazuha.
Yeah,
Mostly Kazuha just for the swirling and everything, like
because
swirling
Kazuha makes it
Hydro.
really easy.
Yeah, mostly just like to swirl Hydro, and
Ah,
I'm
okay.
using Toma as well, just for the extra shield, and also because of the Pyro resonance. I don't fully remember what it does, but I'm pretty sure it's like a damage increase.
Yeah.
Like obviously I don't have Zhongli, so I can't really have a good shield. But Toma, he's okay. He's not that bad.
Toma Shield is pretty nice, I would say. Like, it's not the greatest thing ever, but with all the time that I spent on Toma, his shield is genuinely very helpful. And his burst
And
is
yeah, his
basically like Xiangling's, but a little bit nerfed, I would say,
Zhongli's, but like not as
as
good.
versatile. Because Xiangling's is just like all over you at all times, and it's just a very like pressuring like burst. So it's
Yeah,
like
and like she's literally the reason why people like that. Like her burst is the reason why people call her like the C4, the 4-star Hu because it's just so
it's so
well.
busted.
Probably because one, it's she's a pyro polearm, but two, probably because of the fact that it's just very good in damage. I've seen clips of people one-shotting like the Cryo Vegespine with it, where it
Like,
just
it's
crits for
crazy.
heavy burst damage.
It is actually literally bizarre how good it is. But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, Zhongli is crazy. And Guoba is just a genuinely just like very helpful elemental skill. Like just going
Because
out there.
also when you get to level 70, Goba drops like a pepper, which boosts your damage even more.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So
Of
like
course, I also don't
Bennett,
have Zhongli on 70, so
like Bennett, Zhongling, Xingqiu, and like someone else. That's like the perfect 4-star. Uh, that's like, I feel like Diona, like Bennett, Diona, Xingqiu, and Zhongling are like just the four really good 4-star supports.
interesting. I have not even tried to make use of Diana yet. Because to be honest, I don't really care about her, but
Yeah,
I mean,
you really don't. You don't have a need because you have Zhongli. Like Zhongli does enough.
oh, so she's just basically like another character that gives like a nice shield or whatever.
Yeah, she gives you a shield and I'm pretty sure health.
That's pretty cool, I guess. But I have yet to even think of making use of of her. So,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I'm probably fine. I don't think I need anybody else right now.
Yeah, because except for the characters that you're trying to go for.
Yeah, like Wu Tao, Xingqiu, maybe like Yai Miko, and honestly, probably Tartaglia. As as much as I like, am kind of split about him as a
Um,
character.
I don't know. I would personally just wait, see like what weeks come out, and see like
But
what
like,
characters.
I can't focus on leaks. Like, I mean, I do want Shenhe. I really do want Shenhe. I do.
Yeah, she hasn't been out for.
She hasn't been on a
mm,
hot minute.
I think since release she hasn't been out.
I think I had. When was release? When was that?
I think a year ago.
Let me
It
look
was
it up.
Economia dropped.
Because I didn't even start playing Genshin for real until February this year. So,
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I didn't play it like actually until not so long ago.
Like, I only even like, of course, I also had to take forced breaks because it was like I didn't have space on my PlayStation, and my brothers would just not accommodate for that. But I didn't complain. I'd just be like, "Yep, I guess I'm gone from Genshin for like a month," and I come back later, and I'm like, "What the frick? What the frick is up with this game?"
Hmm.
But like, I do really like Genshin. I think this is freaking definitely one of the most addicting gachas I've played in quite a bit. But it's like, I guess not a bad thing, but it's also just like kind of funny. It's just like that. But yeah, I like Genshin. I think it's funny. It's a funny game.
The only thing I don't like about it is how much the grind is.
Yeah, that's a struggle, but I think that's like this is like a standard gacha game thing at this point. You're spending so much time grinding stupid things that you're like, my
Like,
soul.
the crazy thing to think about is like to fully max out like talents and everything for a character, you need like 114 of the respective books,
Nah,
and you need 4.9 million more.
1.9 million more. Dog,
Yep.
what?
And then to max out a character uh to what was it? 50? No, 90. To max out a character to 90, like 2 million, I think. Like, wait, hold on, let me see. Because I have a chart here that, yeah,
That tracks
2.1
this stuff.
million. Yeah, 2.1 million just to be able to upgrade them, not for like a kind of the books and everything.
Buddy, what?
Yeah, it's
Buddy,
crazy.
what the heck?
And like the 46 boss material, and you need exactly 421 of the heroes, whatever, to get them to get enough to get 90, which is a
Lamau.
long grind.
Hex no. Hex no, boy. That boy stuck in
Why?
time.
That's probably why when I do get Hoot out, I'm just not gonna get out of 90.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a long while.
I might as well like get all my characters to 80, and then like I guess I could work on to 90.
I haven't even gotten my characters past 60. I've been bumming it out on this game.
Yeah, you probably should, because as soon as you get that ascension, you get the new you get the new
The new
ability,
skill.
yeah, which is very useful.
Yeah, like the problem is that I have to go and beat all of the freaking world bosses over and over again. And I just don't want to have to suffer. Plus, picking up all the extra materials, I just haven't bothered with it yet. I get my characters to 60, I'm like, yo, we're good. And they've been like doing fine so far, but I just can't stick with them being on 60 the whole time, as I'm not really
Yeah.
utilizing them fully. So
Like
it's
they
like
may be doing fine now, but later on it's gonna be quite the issue.
I'm fighting bosses that are 2 levels over me, and I'm taking a little bit longer than I should be. But like I'm not dying. But I
Hmm.
definitely do want to make the effort to get my characters at least to 70 so that I can get those skills and stuff, but yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, like most of my team right now is I'm pretty sure like the team that I'm running right now is all the 70 and 80. And then, well, I can't really say that because my Barbara's 35 and I'm using her for healing. But
My Barbara's at 40, so I can't even judge it.
yeah, but at least your Barbara's at 40 and not 35. But then again, I'm just using her just for a filler and just for extra healing. Like she's not there for damage at all.
Yeah,
She just
she's
like
doing all the
basic
same
damage.
healing regardless of level, probably.
No, I'm pretty sure it scales, but I just
Um,
haven't bothered.
how many times
It's,
have you
it's
beat
kind of just a
Oceanin?
waste of it's a waste of moral. It's a waste of books. I don't.
Lomao? Just
What?
Say that to any Barbara fan. Watch them cook you.
Well, because it's a waste right now for me.
Yeah, for you. You don't really need her right now.
Yeah, I really don't.
You-
And besides, Kokomi's better.
I can agree with that. Well, I mean, I like Barbara, but
Well, even then, Kokomi's like a very good healer because she
one
can
of the most
heal.
versatile healers, right?
Yeah, because she can heal like she does like on field healing and not
Yeah,
character specific healing or user specific healing, I should say.
which is very nice.
Yeah, because you could just people would just go in as Kokomi, put down a jellyfish, and then just watch as everything is just healed immediately.
Also, free superconduct reaction,
Yeah, free superconduct, free bloom, free
free balls.
vaporize, free that's all of the reactions I think. Free frozen. I know Kokomi's used for freeze teams. I
Becoming is
think.
used for all
Um,
teams.
I'm pretty sure she's useful for freeze team.
Oh man, this is gonna take me a while. I'm looking back at all of the materials that I need just to ascend some of these characters. I
Hmm.
think that Zhongling would be the easiest right now because I can beat Pyro Vine in my sleep. I think it's not hard to
Yeah,
fight.
it's Power Red is fine.
Yeah, Pyro Vine. Did I say Cryo?
No, you said Pyro.
Oh, okay, I had to make sure. I was like, don't tell me I said something stupid. I mean, I always say something stupid, but I just wanted to make sure that time I didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, you don't want to say anything dumber.
Yeah. No, I always, I don't care about what I say. No, for sure. For
Hmm.
sure, for sure. Oh, show. La Mayo. Anyways, I do want to kind of work on getting some of my characters ascended at some point. But I got the slime secretions for both Zhongli and Albedo. Or not Albedo. Zhongling is what I meant to say.
Yeah, I still have to grind Whopper Flowers since I need both Ascension and Talent to level up stuff. So I need a lot, like a crazy amount.
Yeah. But I guess you wanna wrap it up the episode?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Um.
How long have we 45 minutes? I told you we were gonna end up going over the original 30 minutes.
I was thinking it was gonna be like 40 minutes, not 30.
I usually like, we project that the episodes would be like 30 minutes. That's what we always have in mind for the mini episodes. They never
They're
end up
always
being
40.
they never end up being 30 minutes. We always end up being in there for the extra like 10.
Hmm.
And it's kind of funny, but I don't care. It's just like funny to think about the fact that we're always like, yeah, let's do it for this long, and then it just never ends up being like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. Is there anything you want to say before I just close this out?
Um. No. Thank you. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Listening, I guess.
Yeah. Uh, Peep the socials. We got all those in the description. The Spotify is back. So you will see that this episode will probably be out either the day of release or the day after release. I don't really, have a set schedule for Spotify episodes right now, but uh, they'll be out there. You will see them. Now, I spent a lot of money to make this possible, so uh, yeah, peep all the socials, peep the Spotify. SoundCloud will probably not be back for a while. SoundCloud is like an absent father right now, so bear with us. Is there anything you want to shout out before I kill you?
Um. Giggly goobers, please help.
What?
I've been wanting to say that the entire time.
I was just gonna. Nope.